finally a nice day out. It's not raining. It might rain, but we can take the car for a ride. Let's go ahead, let's take it out, see how the QA1 suspension does. It's nice and cool, so the car should like it. Let's go ahead and jump in. Yeah, a little loud, but we're good. You know, the car's running pretty good. The idle's running pretty good. You know, I just let the car warm up for maybe 5 minutes before I take it out. Watch the oil pressure, temperature go up. Slowly going up. My choke is still out a little bit, but should be good. So a little squeaky in here, but the car seems to be running pretty good. It's kind of chilly out today. So we've had a lot of rain out here recently, so I haven't been able to take the car out that much, which is kind of unfortunate, but I've got to work on a bunch of other projects. You know, I really want to take this out, check out the suspension, see how it does. Now, if you remember over winter, we replaced the suspension that was on this car with QA1 coilovers in the front. So with that, we're going to see how they do. Yeah, I can see. Temperature's about 150, but until it gets up to temperature, it stumbles off the stoplights a little bit, or stop signs a little bit. I will say, what I'm noticing so far with the QA1s is less play up front, and it definitely feels tighter when I go over bumps. So I do want to take my son to more car shows this year. It'd be nice if I could drive this car further. So my goal is to do a lot more cruises early in the year to see just how everything's performing. So far, it starts up pretty good. Shifts pretty good. Still have a problem shifting from 3 to 4. You know, you can get it in, it's just not as easy. Yeah, it's running pretty good. I mean, I don't trust the speedometer. I don't think the speedometer is right. But overall, it's running good. Horn sometimes works. Got to fix that before my yearly inspection. But overall, I mean, the car seems to be in decent shape for going for cruises. Yeah, so I'm definitely noticing as I drive this over train tracks, things like that, it's definitely performing better. The suspension is a lot less jarring. It feels tighter, which is nice. But it doesn't feel like it's like a rock, if you get what I'm saying. It doesn't feel like really stiff. Temperature's good, about 50 psi oil pressure, 175 on the water temperature, so decent for going on a cruise on this nice cool day. And it's been running great, no stuttering, no issues. It's not really bucking at all. I mean, the car feels like it's tuned well. Still, the dash is a little bit squeaky. Something I know I need to take care of. You know, I need to really go around and try to figure out where a lot of the rattles are in this car. If you have any tips for doing that without letting someone else take the car for a cruise, let me know. Do I like start hitting some of the internal panels? Like, what do I do? Doesn't bother me. Just maybe I should just drive on better roads. Overall, the car's running pretty good. There's no funny noises other than all the rattling. Engine sounds good. Transmission is definitely drivable. I definitely like driving this car out for a cruise. I mean, get some attention, it's fun to drive, it's loud. Now, I do have a few projects I need to do on this car this year. You know, even though I'm going to be taking it to some of these cruises, some of these cars and coffees and car shows, I still get a lot of the interior panels back together and clean them up better. You know, there are definitely places where they could look nicer, and I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. I'm going to chase some of the rattles down. You know, I need to do some work to the trap door back there. I got a new latch for it, so I got to put that on. I actually got a trap door that has 6x9 speakers that you can put in it. I haven't cut that up and built that yet, but that's something I want to do. It feels really cheap, really flimsy. So even though I'm going to be doing it and testing it out, probably in the end I won't be recommending it. Probably end up recommending something more custom, but you know, we'll check it out. Essentially, that It feels really cheap, really flimsy. I need to fix the horns on this because I think there's an issue with the grounding. So because of that, the horns work sometimes. Like they're not working right now. I think it works when the car is off, but when the car is on, they do not work. I think the reverse lights sometimes work. Sometimes they don't. Need that to pass inspection, so I gotta figure that out. I think that might be as simple as just moving the little button forward to making contact with the reverse lever here. Not the little button, but the little switch that's underneath. You know, one of the funny things that I do mess up on this car a lot is, you know, between the RPM and the speedometer, the RPMs are times 100. So it says 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, up to 80 on it. So if you quickly glance at that, then you could think it's your speedometer. And that does confuse me once in a while, but I have gotten used to it. The speedometer is to the left of it, tachometer is to the right. I feel like some of the other cars I had, it's been backwards. So it's been the tachometer on the left, speedometer on the right. And that's just takes a little bit of getting used to. I really should have done thousands versus 10, 20, 30. The car and the suspension in the front feels really great. It makes me want to think about what I'm going to be upgrading in the rear to make it better, because having the lower front, getting less roll, you know, it's a lot smoother on the road. It's not as stiff and jarring as when you hit something. I really like it. So this QA1 suspension upgrade, doing the coilovers, definitely worth it. Now, one of the things about this car is, you know, it probably spends more time taken apart than it does together. So I'm always tinkering with something on it. So when I'm tinkering with it, I try to find things that don't cause the car to not be drivable. So I try to work on projects that I can quickly, like, if it's panels that are out, I can still drive it with the panels up. But I try not to take the too big projects until the winter. Also, my fuel gauge isn't working. It constantly reads below empty. So that is something that, you know, I'm gonna have to figure out, because, you know, I almost always just go get gas anytime I'm driving it. And you can, with these, since it does have a metal tank, you can kind of hit the tank with your hand without like getting underneath the car and seeing how much fuel's in it. So it's never really been a problem, but it would be really nice to have a sender that read accurate. This is also another area where police like to hang out, just because it's slower and people tend to go pretty fast through here. Overall, the car's running pretty good. You know, there were literally 0 hiccups on my drive, which hasn't happened in a while. I think going back to the carburetor with the choke on it made it easier to start. So do really like this carburetor. Should have stuck with it a long time ago. All right, let's go ahead and jump out and take a look at the car, talk about it, and then put it in the garage. Well, it's actually probably a few days after I took the car for a drive. I forgot to film the rest of the video because I got it into here and I had to run. But, you know, the car ran great. It's idling better, it's driving better. The carburetor makes a big difference for that. The QA1 coilover suspension, I really like. It is definitely a big improvement over the stock suspension. So really happy with the way that the car is driving. So all that's left to do on this car is really enjoy it. I got a few projects coming over the next few weeks on this car. I'm going to be installing an original style battery. I'm going to be putting more Concours style hardware in the front engine bay because I'm trying to make it look a little bit more original for a car show coming up, even though I do have a giant MSD box in there. Thanks for tuning in this week on Smackey's Garage. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.